There's going to be a massive correction in the Bitcoin and crypto markets. I'm talking about Bitcoin dropping 25 to 35% and altcoins much more than that, maybe 60 to 80%. The question is, when is that going to happen? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you today the exact day I believe that's going to happen and exactly how to prepare for it and actually how to make the most of it. So if you're excited to learn this very valuable information, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. What up? My name is Kyle Chasse. I've been in crypto for 12 years, trying to help you guys prepare to make the absolute best gains in this upcoming super cycle. So let's get into it and dive into this video, guys. So first, we're going to hear this thing from Novogratz.
We're going to get this ETF before January 10th. That's kind of the drop dead date that Gensler has before he gets in trouble with Grayscale and the lawsuit. And so I think you're going to see this, announced. It won't start trading then, right? That probably takes 6 to 8 weeks after that. But it's just more fuel for a fire. Crypto stocks are trading almost like a mania. This, in some ways, it's a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because it feels so good. Like a lot of the altcoins just, my friend called me yesterday, he said the degens, the degenerates.
That's you and me, ladies and gentlemen. That's us.
The traders are having a field day. And that always gets you a little bit nervous.
It's true.
And so, listen, stock market's up 8 days in a row. Does it go up 10 days in a row? There's always a correction.
And that's the key, ladies and gentlemen. There is always a correction. In every bull run, there's a correction. Now, let's get into a little bit of the backstory of what's going on here. And then we're going to talk about my thesis of exactly how to play this. Very, very important, guys. And share this with all your friends because everybody right now is wondering, literally everybody I talk to is wondering, should I wait for a dip? Is there going to be a better time to buy Bitcoin? Is it better time to buy altcoins? And we're going to answer that in this video, guys. So let's move on to the next thing. Remember, I was actually at an event with Cointelegraph speaking literally exactly when the fake article came out that the ETF was approved. Oh, I feel bad for them at that moment. But you guys remember this. The fake Bitcoin ETF reporting triggers price jump to 30K. Now, that was right here. That was on October 16th. And you can see that before that, we were just kind of moving sideways for quite a long time. It was pretty boring, right? All the way from the beginning of the year, basically from April, kind of chopping sideways, and then we realized people were just realized they were underexposed right here, right? And we had this run up to 30K. And then when people realized that the news was fake, you had a little bit of a correction. But then what they realized is that, oh my God, I'm underexposed to Bitcoin. And what that continued to do is make people realize that this is a real deal. This thing is actually coming up here pretty soon. And since then, as you can see, we've just been moving upward pretty much all the way up and up and up. And so people are wondering, when are we going to see this correction? And you can see I've done all my amazing technical analysis here. Because that's my strong suit, right? And you can see this is the beginning of the year, right? If we would have bought on New Year's Eve, we would have been crushing it. But we've had, but it's been generally up and to the right ever since then, right? I mean, if you let's just expand this up a little bit more, I mean, since the beginning of the year up and to the right, we have had some corrections. So the biggest one being about 22% over here at the beginning of the year. But nothing like we're usually used to seeing when you look at something like this. Now, this is the 2017 bull run, 38% correction, 38%, 33, 38, 36, 29. Now you'll see as we come over to the 2021 bull run, it wasn't as severe. You can see that you had 16% pullback, 10%, 31%, 26%, 18%. Then China FUD, this was a big one. This was the biggest Bitcoin pullback, 56% pretty much ever. And then 25%. And then all-time highs, and then correction. So they happen. And where are we sitting today? Well, we've been moving kind of sideways for the past 2 weeks here at least. And, we're ranging at 43.8 right now. So what is going on? And there's different schools of thought here, right? So my man Ran, says that the ETF approval is almost certain and almost certainly already priced in. Now, I asked this poll on X, and if you guys aren't following me over there, go ahead and do that because you get all the alpha over there for free at Kyle_CHASSE. And most people think that no, it's not priced in, and I'm in this school of thought. I think that it's also not priced in. Now, so what's going to happen? So we always defer back to our Bloomberg analyst here, and Eric says we get asked a lot about how long from time SEC approves spot ETFs until launch. While pretty soon after is a good blood answer, there are some caveats. James sums it up well here, and we don't need to see James' response, but basically, it's all about, there's the 19B4s and there's the Form S1s as well, right? And so, as we heard Novo say before, it's probably going to, we are pretty sure, and if you guys have been watching this channel, you know what our dates are, right? January 8th, 9th, or 10th, we expect this approval to happen. So I really can't imagine a severe correction. It'll chop sideways before that, but I can't imagine like a severe correction before then. The question is when then? When then? So we know, according to Novo, that after the approval of the SEC, it'll probably start trading in 1 to 2 months after that. However, according to James, it really comes down to the S1 approval. So I did hear recently that it might happen actually much sooner than that. But see, the S1 is still under review and no real hard deadline for that process. So let's get into some historical situations here and what happened. So in the 2017 bull run, literally the exchange listing for Bitcoin futures on CBOE was the top. This thing happened literally here, right? So you had the 2017 bull run, and if you guys were around then, whoo, that was the Lambo days. That was when kids in their basement were literally driving around in Lamborghinis. It was crazy times. I remember like December 2017, and your portfolio was going up like 20, 30% a day for weeks. It was just the most insane feeling ever. And then we had the listing happen, right? It was the event. Bitcoin spiked, and that marked the Pico top before the inevitable correction all the way back down to like 3,500. What else? Pepe. So there's no... Oh, you guys didn't see that. Let me show you back here. Sorry. So you can see the top here. Up, CBOE listing, correction. Pepe and the Pepe killer run up, massive. This essentially replicated what you have here with Pepe was exactly a 2017 bull run, hyper compressed into a period of like 3 weeks, right? And you saw like this massive run up, and news of the Binance listing sent this thing even higher, like news of the ETF. And literally when it listed, this is what happened. $1.7 billion all the way back down to like 250 million. And if you guys were following me on that, you would know that I was buying all the way up. And if you look on the Twitter account, Looks On Chain, talks about my purchasing there, how I bought all the way up and sold right after. I learned my lesson on that one. I sold right after it started trading, probably right around here somewhere. So I didn't catch the Pico top, but I got out and I made a killing on that one. Same thing with Bonk. Bonk, parabolic run up, but this one took longer. This chart is a little extreme. Actually, wasn't so crazy. But also, if you guys were following me on X or if you were in my VVIP group, you also know that I learned my lesson from Pepe. And you can see here on my X account, this is why it pays to follow me, hit the bell notification so you get alerts on my X account and on my YouTube channel, because I make time-sensitive content as well. Look at this. If you would have had notifications on and you had big exposure to Bonk, you would have seen this. First, you would have seen it in the VVIP group, which is super critical. But then I posted here. You could see at 257, just sold all my Bonk and closed my longs at 700% profit. that was on the long, 700% profit on the long from trading on Bybit, or maybe I was trading on Levex or Bybit. Well, and then I said I sold everything, made a killing. I will watch from the sideline until after Binance listing. If it doesn't crash from Binance launch, I'll buy back. Or if we get a huge dip, I'm probably going to buy back everything back in. And still, so I put out the warning. I told you guys what I did. And if you were following, you would have known that the listing crushed it. And now I still, we'll see how Bonk delivers. I'm not in it right now yet. I'm waiting to see what happens because right now all the other meme coins are sucking up attention. So my theory, what is my theory? And before we go there, before I tell you the theory of exactly when I believe the first major correction is going to happen, let's just take a look at the VVIP group, guys. And you can see that here, today is so anyway, by the way, this is pre-recorded. I wanted to pre-record some videos so that I have Christmas, a couple days to spend with family. So, but anyway, you can see here, guys, that I shared this one with Analos when it was at I think a $6 million market cap or something like that. And now it's up huge, right? And then also I said buying cock on the dip here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that was, and I posted the screenshot, that was at 140 million. So and if you've been watching, we already bought cock at 30 million. And then it ran up and then came back down to 140. And now it's at the time of shooting this video, it's at 185. So we're calling these things really, really, really well here, guys. And Analos, what's at 82? So we're also at a 10x on our Analos investment as well right now at the time of recording. So it really pays. And guys, all you have to do to get into the VVIP group is literally look in the description of this video, and the instructions are there. And it's easy. You just sign up to either Bybit or Levex using my affiliate link, and you don't have to pay anything. It's totally free. The instructions are there. And you get all of this great alpha. We've just been crushing it lately. And so, yeah, anyway, that's that. And so back to my thesis here. So what's going to happen when this is how I believe it's going to play out. So you can see here. wait. Sorry, it wasn't supposed to draw. Oh no, it was. This is my expert technical analysis drawing here. So anyway, so we are here now, right? Let me zoom in a little bit and explain to you. Let me explain to you my charting skills because I'm a master technical analyst. So we're here chopping sideways, chop, and then that's today. So I'm filming this just a day before Christmas here. And so I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to chop sideways and then the closer that we get to the inevitable approval, then when we get the approval, either the 8th or the 10th, bam, I think it's going to shoot up like 55K or something like that. Totally not unreasonable at all. Have a small little dip after that. And then it's going to go back up and up and up and up and up and up all the way until it starts trading. Let's say that sometime around it's either going to be here or it might even be a little bit higher because it depends if it starts trading 1 month or 2 months after the approval, or maybe sooner. If it's sooner, then maybe this correction comes a little bit sooner. And that's why you have to subscribe so we can pay attention to this, because I'm going to keep you guys updated on let you know, because we will be following and we will know ahead of time when it starts trading, just like we knew with Bonk, just like we knew with Pepe, everything like that, when it starts trading on the NASDAQ. So what's going to happen? Well, I believe that we're going to see, if it happens right after approval, then maybe we get this correction a little bit sooner. But most likely, according to what we understand now, is that we're going to see this crash somewhere here around in my opinion, somewhere around the $60,000 mark. And we're probably going to get about a 25% correction. Alts will correct even harder. So the question is do you wait for the dip? Well, a 25% correction puts us at a little bit lower. No, it's about where we are at right now. So in my opinion, A better strategy is continue to hold and buy what you want to buy. And then let's take some precautions when we come closer and find out when the listing date is, because we know that there's going to be a pullback. We know it's inevitable. And then what happens after a big bam correction like that? This is what happens. How does the chart go backwards? I don't know. But it goes to Valhalla, right? Ladies and gentlemen, like it just goes up and up and up and up and up and up. So this is my chart, and this is how I think things are going to play out. Make sure that you're here with me so we can keep you updated, guys. And that's the strategy. That's exactly what's going to happen. And this is how I'm going to play it. I am going to take a lot off the table before this trading starts, because we've seen it so many times before. We know history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Have a wonderful New Year's and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. Catch you soon.